Okay, so after you learned how to detect and catch the phishing hyperlinks, and also how to detect the phishing email addresses, so right now I am teaching you how to investigate and analyze any domain address or any mail server that you receive a hyperlink or any email address from. Okay, because for example, the hacking scenarios is very big, and no one actually can imagine all of the hacking scenarios that can happen to you in the future. So instead of only depending on the detective tools, also you have actually to learn the ability to analyze and investigate any domain address that you receive in the future. Okay, because maybe for example the attacker will bypass actually all of the protection method and generate undetectable email address or undetectable hyperlink in the future. And as you saw actually in the previous videos, I teach you actually and show you an example of generating this kind of undetectable hyperlinks, and we even actually used the Google Firebase hosting service itself to bypass the Google Safe Browsing protection. So right now actually I want from all of you actually to navigate to the Netcraft site report website. Okay, so you can actually type in Google net netcraft netcraft site report like this. Okay, and as you can see, you will find actually the hyperlink at the first result right here. So right now let's actually investigate our phishing website. So actually we have generated all of these phishing hyperlinks. So let's get, for example, the first one right here. So let's analyze some information. So as you can see, Netcraft right here will try to collect a lot of information for us. Okay, as you can see right here, the site title is Gmail because of course this hyperlink was containing a phishing Gmail login web page. And as you can see right here, the date first seen. So there is no any first seen date, and this actually is something very suspicious, because of course if this domain address is old and is associated and they belong to a specific company or a specific trusted author. Okay, so it will not actually it will not be empty like this. It will actually include a valid first seen date. So for example, if you repeat this process on a trusted domain address, okay, so you will see actually the difference between them. As you can see right here, the Netcraft risk rating is 7 of 10. So this actually will tell you it's a suspicious or malicious hyperlink. Let's scroll down. As you can see right here, the hosting company is Cloudflare, because we actually depend on generating this kind of phishing hyperlinks really according to the Cloudflare service. This is actually the IP address. Okay, and I will teach you actually in the next videos how to use the VirusTotal service right here to scan this IP address. Okay, so you can actually do this right here by just clicking on the VirusTotal hyperlink right here, and it will actually redirect you to the VirusTotal website and start checking this IP address and see if this IP address is associated with any reported blacklisted phishing websites or any malwares. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, so this is IP address delegations. As you can see, this is the IP, the changes of the IP, the hosting history right here. So this is the hosting history, and as you can see right here, this is the last seen, and this is the web server and the email address, the IP address, sorry. Okay, so this actually is telling us this hyperlink has been generated today, has been generated actually right now. So it's not an old domain address or anything. So 99% actually this domain address is a phishing and a fake domain address, of course. Okay, so for this part, actually, it's telling you the center policy framework, and it's very, very important because the center policy framework or the SPF and also the demarc right here is actually some DNS records that actually is telling you what is the trusted information about the mail servers associated with this domain address. So, for example, if the hacker in the future used this domain address to send you any phishing email addresses, so you can actually check this as well. Okay, but we will not actually use Netcraft for this purpose. I will actually show you another website that we can actually check this kind of stuff, because Netcraft actually have this service, but it's a premium service. It's not for free. If you scroll down right here, as you can see, this is the web trackers, and the web trackers right here is Google, because of course we're trying to impersonate Google with this email address, sorry, with this hyperlink. That's it. Everything actually is the server-side programming languages. All of the web technologies actually has been used inside this phishing hyperlink. Everything actually. So was for investigating the domain address. So how to investigating the mail server associated with this domain address, for example. So we'll open up Google and type SPF checker, and as you can see, there is all of these actually websites can check the mail servers or the DNS servers for any domain. So for example, the first one is the mark analyzer, and the second one right here is MX toolbox. So actually these websites is the most famous websites for this kind of purpose. So let's check this by just as you can see, it couldn't actually find any center policy framework record for this domain address. So that's meaning actually this domain address is not associated with any mail server. Okay, but as you saw actually in our previous examples, we after we created and register a phishing domain address, we actually associated this domain address with a mail server. So in this case, actually, if we checked something like this, it will be appeared right here. So this is the next tool. Okay, and this tool is very, very famous. Let's just enter the domain address without, of course, the HTTP, without the protocol, and click on Lookup. As you can see, the same result. Okay, so if for example you have received any phishing domain address in the future, you have to actually investigate the domain address by using these tools, the Netcraft and also the DMARC analyzer and also the MX toolbox, because it will actually tell you a lot of information about the domain address history and also the history of and some information for the mail servers that has been associated with this domain address. So it will be very, very helpful in the future.